Do you guys know what website that is? I didn't upgrade to the 6 yet, so it's still a small 4S.
It's like our website.
Right, it's Gloucester Township, it wasn't a trick question.
Okay.
But this is the banner too for the website, right?
I'll take your word for it,
Okay.
yes.
It is.
Okay.
So, and the big blob spot in the middle is where the rotating images of the schools go.
Okay.
Now, I was a graphic designer, went to school for web design, stuff like that. I'm going to probably put Mr. Long to work for you guys. Because, and I know you guys like to stay out of politics, but there's been a violation on your intellectual property. And if you've been online on Facebook or happen to see the mailing that went out of the mayor-backed group that's running for the school board, both school boards, GT Children First, that's their little website on Facebook. And when you pull it up, once again, they're using your backdrop. And when you click on that, that's actually where I saved that from. So at this point, you've got 3 candidates that are backed by the mayor. And then Black Forest Pike Regional is jumping onto it because, again, once they are, again, mayor backed. The way this is coming off when they're using your image with this looks like they are backed by Gloucester Township and by the school board. At that point, I mean, that's an intellectual property, that's a cease and desist letter, right there. And I've taken classes, I've been through this with companies. That's a cease and desist letter with a violation. So, Mr. Long, you might...
I'll take a look at that website. I had not seen it yet, and look into it and advise.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board at this time? Yes.
I would just like to make one comment on that.
Could you please state your name?
Terry Fretz, Blackwood, New Jersey. I too am running for the Gloucester Township Board of Ed. I mean, everybody knows that. Since he brought that up, I just wanted to say that I approached this council of schools asking them to do a meet and greet, and they emailed me several times, and they were said it was a perfect venue for them, and they were very interested in it, but they needed to meet with Mr. Bilodeau and others, and they would get back to me, and of course after doing that then they decided that they didn't want to do a meet and greet. I also approached a lot of other people about meet and greet, and nobody wanted to do that, and the only reason I'm mentioning it, I mean it's fine with me, I don't want to do one, the only reason I'm mentioning it is because 6 people that are employed by Gloucester Township Public Schools in administrative positions, they all either phone call, some of them gave me phone calls, and some of them emailed me, and some of them said this almost verbatim, but regardless of whether it was word for word, they all expressed this one thought. Our superintendent wants to avoid any appearance of the district leadership showing favoritism towards any particular candidate or slate of candidates. And I can appreciate that, and I can accept that, and I understand that. I was asking that they do a meet and greet for all 11 candidates. Never did I ask that they do it just for me or just for the people that I'm running with. So that's just something that I wanted to publicly say. I didn't ask for that. Regardless, so I let it go because I said, well, that's okay. If that's the rule, the school doesn't want to be associated with anything that has to do with anybody being on the Board of Education, that's fine. And unfortunately, yesterday and today, a number of people that I know, that know me, called or emailed me and told me what he just showed. He wasn't the first person to tell it to me, but I too feel that using that makes it look like you are endorsing them as well. So if you're against a meet and greet and you want to stay neutral, and that's what I've been told by principals and
I-
other people at school, and it needs to be
Right.
for everybody.
The first we heard about it was right now,
Right
that's
now.
the first
I
I
know,
heard,
so
so we
did I.
have to
First
give
I heard
Mr.
about it
Long
was
time to
yesterday,
look
and I was like,
into
I
it.
don't know what you're talking about. You know,
Right.
I had to go look for
No, I
myself. I
understand.
had a clue as to what people were, you know, they said, well, yeah, your school is endorsing. And I said, well, no, that can't be, because I know what my school said, that
Right.
they don't want to endorse anybody.
Right.
So I'm going to just say I agree with him that we should look into it.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
thank you for your
Certainly will
comment,
do
and
that.
Mr. Long will look into it for us.
Okay,
Is-
sure, sure, absolutely, I agree. Mrs. Reese, for what Mr. Johnson said, that was the first we're seeing any backdrop
Correlation.
information.
Because, I mean, I can live by what the rule is, but I want everybody else to live by it as
Absolutely.
well.
But I think, Ms. Fretz, I did want to respond to what you had said. There's a difference between contacting the home and schools directly and contacting the building administration directly. Letters came that came from you to the building principals, asking the building principals to reach out and somehow
No.
facilitate let me finish.
Okay.
Meet and greets. And a number of the principals expressed concern. And because this has gone on for a couple of years, where no direct rules to follow have been put out, and it's putting the principals on an awkward playing field on how do I respond to this,
Okay.
I responded to them saying, you're not the home and school. You don't have the authority to answer for the home and school.
Okay, and what,
Hold on, let me
Excuse
finish.
Yeah, let Mr. Beldo finish, please.
And I said, if you choose as a home and school to have a meet and greet, there's only a few clear guidelines. A, you must formally invite all 11.
exactly.
Formally invite all 11, not hearsay, word of mouth, some social media, which I don't follow. Number 2, I said, if you're going to have that, then everyone also has to have equal time. Because you can't have someone speaking for about an hour and then another candidate not getting any time. And I said, and if they don't want to follow Rule A or Rule B, they can still have their meet and greet, their meeting, but it can't be on school property. That's all I've told them. But if you have said, you said tonight that you had direct communication with home and school.
I asked the home and school.
Okay, so I don't know about that
Okay,
communication.
and she said, we need to get permission
Isn't
from
there
our
something we
principal.
can talk about school ed? This
Sure,
has
I mean-
nothing to do with our agenda.
Oh.
Well, no,
Would you-
it's any school, it's not
Well,
the agenda item.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to clarify, Mrs. Reed asked me to clarify, you
I
had said
believe because you were
something.
at council school and.
That's what I
And I
you
told
explained that
council
we were
school and
going to,
3 board
yeah.
members were there, I think it was
Okay.
very clear my position.
Stand up and keep
Very
going.
good for that. And that was.
I made it
made-
very
That's
lucid
fine.
to every one of
That
them.
isn't what my letter said, but that's okay. If that's
No,
what
but
you
I'm
want.
letting you know how I responded, and 3 of the board members were present, and it was quite clear, crystal, lucid, on what the rules were. And if they want to have such an event, they can have it.